Hi, I'm AJ Block, and in this video I'm going to show you how to get good at playing a rattle. What I have here is a Shipibo rattle. These are very special made rattles that come from Peru, from the Amazon jungle. And why I like it is because it has a nice long stick here that's easy to hold, and it's great for playing along with didgeridoo or playing with drum in another hand or just playing while singing. It's a very important shamanic tool and is very versatile for many different styles of music. The first thing we really need to talk about is the wrist, because the wrist is really the key to playing a rattle. So when you're playing it, you need to have your wrist really loose. So try first just going like this. It's good to get warmed up. Just shake your wrist out. Yeah, get it really loose, because especially if you've never played before or you've tried but it's been kind of a struggle, getting that loose feeling, that back and forth, see how my hand's going back and forth? That's really important. Now, when I'm going with the rattle, my wrist is moving in that same way. We're going to work on playing the rattle in time with another rhythm. Watch my wrist. Now there's not really a right or wrong way to play the rattle, but the important thing is if you're loose here, that's going to really make things flow a lot better. I'm just going to show you, I have these cactus. These are African rattles, 2 gourds. You could do this same thing with a single egg shaker that you find at any music store. Look at my wrist. Now the faster I go, the less range of motion my wrist is spanning. If I'm going really slow, then I have a lot of forward and backward with my hand. But as I speed up, my hand's moving less. So now let's talk about how to play in time with the rattle. I use one of the best musical rhythm tools there is, a metronome. This is a metronome that I got at a music shop. It was about $15. It's a Korg MA30 metronome. There's also free metronome apps. Pro Metronome is a great one for iOS or Android. And there's also metronomeonline.com where you can get a free metronome. I'm going to start at 100 beats per minute. So this means every minute, if I timed exactly 1 minute, this would add up to 100 beats. Now you can see the arrows going back and forth. And I'm going to make it a little louder so we can really hear it. Watch, I'm going to play in time with the metronome. Now I think it's really important to be able to play with the metronome and not look at the click visually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on, but I'm not going to look at the metronome. I'm going to just look straight ahead. And I'm going to really try to hear the sound of that click right on the beat, and I'm going to play in time with it as best I can. Now, one thing to observe is that the click's going tick, 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 and for every tick, I'm doing 4 shakes. I'm going forward, back, taka, 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 taka. In some Eastern music schools, they would say something like tiri kita. So let's try tiri kita, tiri kita, tiri kita, tiri kita. So that's 4 beats for every 1 beat. This is called subdivision. Tiri kita, 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 tiri kita. Let's try with the metronome. Tiri kita, 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 tiri kita. So what if 100 beats per minute is just way too fast for you? Well, you got to slow it down. You got to start at a tempo that is really appropriate for you. The thing about the shaker is it kind of wants to be played fast. It needs a certain tempo. You can't just really play it like... Because the shaker is really a layer of sound. It's almost like a drone, like it's this unbroken sound. See, the sound never stops. Let's try 80 beats per minute. Tiri kita, tiri kita, tiri kita, tiri kita. Great. So the best way to learn to play shaker at many different speeds is to actually take your metronome, master playing at a certain tempo, say 80 beats per minute, and then slowly work your way up. So we just did 80 beats per minute. Now, say we feel pretty comfortable with that, let's go up to 85. Okay, feels pretty good. Let's go up to 90. As you play with the metronome, you need to constantly be checking yourself, seeing if your tendency is to go too fast or too slow. My tendency is always to go too fast, so I really had to pull myself back right there and slow down and sync up with the metronome. All right, so that was 90. Let's go up to 95. Again, I was going too fast, so I had to slow myself down. Once you find the groove, just keep it there for a little while. Okay, so we did 95. Let's go up to 100, back where we started. Okay, 100 feels good. Now let's keep going. If you feel good at 100, let's go up to 105. All right, let's go up to the next one, 110. You can see it's getting a lot faster now. One thing that most people won't tell you, it's actually a lot harder to play slower than it is faster, because when you're slow, you really have to have every note right in time. When it's faster, it's easier to cover up your mistakes. So we're at 110. Instantly, I could just jump right in after doing all these slow ones and pick it up, because the foundation is really in the slow tempo. All right, so that was 110. Just for kicks, let's go up to 120, see how it sounds. Now there's another way to play the rattle or the shaker that really makes a much smoother layer. What we've been doing up to this point is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very percussive. You go loud, soft, 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 loud, soft, 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 loud, soft, 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 loud, soft, soft, soft. Now in this way, we're going to try to make every sound even, and it's just forward, back, try to get the sound really smooth. Takes a very fine hand to make this happen. Now, this is actually harder than playing the first way we played with the accents. Why is that? Because you have to get every sound that you do perfectly even with each other. With the accent, at least you have loud, soft, soft, soft. So I really recommend that you practice the method of playing with the accent, everything we did in the first part of this video. Once you feel really confident with that, then try to work on your smooth layer sound. Again, the metronome is the key. It's really important to practice at different speeds. Again, we started at about 80 beats per minute. We increased by 5 beats per minute until we got up to 120. You could probably work your way up much faster if you really devote yourself to practicing this. Thanks again for joining me. Subscribe to Dig Project on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and check out all our great videos and articles at digproject.com. Bye-bye.